There was this breakfast cereal company that embarked on a very bold marketing study. They were intending to replicate an experimental statistical process called analysis of variance, or ANOVA. This is where you test out all the suspected main variables driving any kind of system and create a matrix with them all set to extreme levels. I saw this interesting recipe book in a used bookstore the other day. The author was inspired by a children's book where you can cut out different hairstyles, shoes, clothing, etc., and build any composite person you want. Similarly, the recipe book had a list of meats, a list of vegetables, a list of spices, and a list of secondary and tertiary ingredients. There's this really weird guy downtown that sells fruit. But when you buy a piece, he encourages you to get a free punch card. And when you buy 10 pieces of fruit on 10 different days or occasions, you get 10 holes punched out of your punch card. Then you get a special non-fruit prize. There's this roller coaster engineer that was trying to create the most exciting roller coaster ever invented. He wanted to be world famous for creating the roller coaster to end all roller coasters. It would start off on a tall tower like most roller coasters do. Then at the very bottom, you'd either be directed to the left or to the right. They would use those rail switching things they have on train tracks. And depending on which way you'd go, you'd be either directed to a left-handed Mobius strip or a right-handed Mobius strip. The problem was he couldn't get the downward speeds fast enough to transverse the entire Mobius strip without the coaster falling off the tracks. So they are going to build the entire roller coaster inside of a gigantic box, and the box itself is going to rotate, giving the riders the experience of going through several Mobius strips. But from the outside in, it would look like a gigantic spinning cube with a stationary roller coaster on the inside. Finally, after getting my 10th hole punched, I was excited to get my prize, but he handed me a sack of charcoal and a steak, which wasn't what I'd expected from a fruit stand guy. Some of the recipes came out pretty good, others not so much. They launched all kinds of crazy combinations of flavors completely randomly generated in various markets just to see which would sell the best. They even have taste tests in their factory showroom of all previous ANOVA contestants. My favorite, peanut butter, bacon, and wasabi, didn't make it past the first round, so you can't buy this in stores.